Here we go, a new vlog. Thanks guys for coming out. I don't even really know what day it is anymore. It seems like they all blend together. Can definitely tell it's getting summer in Kelowna. Definitely a lot more traffic. Recently, everything's been kind of opening up, so definitely seeing more foot traffic and stuff going around. But on a good note, our guest speaker today, we have Ginny Scott from SilverStar. Kind of came to a huge surprise to all of us that mountains were closing right away. I think SilverStar is probably like the second or third mountain kind of in Canada to close. Took everybody by surprise, but they have big news. They're planning on opening up this summer, but even though they're trying to get going, they're actually digging out feet or meters of snow just to get to the trail to start digging and kind of getting everything ready. Happens every year. Some years a little more snow than others, but it is very sad. We had a great ski season going. It was cut short. It was kind of shaping up to be a fantastic spring. Kind of hurts my heart a little bit. But bike season's going strong, trails are in great shape, and we're all excited to get out and ride some bikes.
Hi, my name is Ginny Scott, and I'm from SilverStar Mountain Resort. Thank you guys all for your patience. It's been a crazy couple months, but we are really looking forward to opening this summer at SilverStar. Looks like we're going to be opening in July, and trail crew's been out all this week getting things ready, and we can't be more excited to just get on our bikes, have the community out there, and really just start enjoying summer. So stay tuned. You're going to hear a lot more coming in if you haven't already. And we really look forward to seeing you on the mountain this summer.
Awesome. Thanks, Ginny, for coming out. That's fantastic. I know as much as we're changing our plans on how we operate our store on a day-to-day basis, week to week, I can only imagine what a resort's trying to do. They have so many different areas from food and hotels and lift lines, chairlift rides. So continuing on with our theme of our bikes, today we have in Chris. He's one of our ambassadors. He's actually a super nice guy, super energetic. Like everybody else, he's a transplant into Kelowna from the East Coast, but brings tons of energy, enjoys the lifestyle, enjoys the Okanagan. So here's Chris and his bikes.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris Siemens. I'm an ambassador of Fresh Air. Been one for about 5 years. I grew up in Manitoba. Around the age of 13, Drop-In TV was released on Shaw Cable, and I instantly fell in love with mountain biking. I kind of got my first official bike, a 2003 Norco Bigfoot at that point. Brought me on a lot of adventures. I eventually started coming out west because I knew this is where the scene is. And about 6 years ago, moved here officially and haven't looked back since. So my quiver for 2020 has 3 bikes. My dirt jumper is a Cro-Mag Monk. I really like it because steel is real, baby. I've got it kitted out with a lot of sweet Cro-Mag and Spank components. I've really been enjoying their wheels the past couple years. In baby blue, my favorite color. For a trail bike, I'm rocking the 2020 Trek Remedy 8. I like sticking with aluminum because, you know, I'm a shuttler, I'm a little rough on my bikes. I'm a little less concerned about wrecking carbon and spending the extra money on frames. I've been on a Remedy for the past few years and I absolutely love the bikes. They climb really well, but are full of hoots and hollers on the way down, which is my primary goal. No real mods, I run it in factory configuration because they rock out of the box. For bike park and riding the big stuff, you know, big mountain lines and Firewall Canyon or Williams Lake, I am rocking a 2018 Trek Session that I bought frame only and kitted out with all of my favorite components from the likes of Cro-Mag and Spank once again. I fell in love with the Session the moment I got on it. It's a ton of fun and felt right at home, hitting big jumps and you know, collecting those air miles for bigger smiles.
Awesome, thanks Chris, that was great. As you can see, Chris is into every kind of biking, competing at Big White, riding SilverStar, just cruising around town. I mean, the guy enjoys everything, camping, paddling. Check out his Instagram, you can see his stories. And he's got into skiing. He's crazy, he goes full bore at everything. Chris is full send. No matter what he does, it's top notch and no fear. So as we promised, I'd do an update on our bunk beds, and it's been a little while, but I gotta admit, we're not quite done. We've progressed, but still working on it. I gotta say, with the pandemic, Amy being at home, she keeps looking at other things. So it's not like I just gave up on the bunk beds. It's tricky when you're trying to work around nap times and meal times and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then Amy's got other chores. So the chore for the past couple of weeks is ripped up our whole front yard. Maybe wanted some planter boxes. We decided to plant grass where there was no grass. Made it a little bit trickier just because we sold our truck, we had to buy a car because the family expanded. So I'm like calling in some favors. Here's a couple little pictures of the projects we've done. Okay, so that's the end. Again, I really have to say thank you to everybody coming out and supporting us. I know the lineups are long. We're trying to work as quick as we can. We keep changing everything weekly just so our staff feels safe at work and make sure you're in a safe environment when you come in. If you have any questions, please email. We can definitely respond, set up appointments. But again, thank you very much for your patience. We're working as quick as we can. And all I can say is get out and enjoy the fresh air.